Hello everyone, and thank you for joining this Smart Talk. Today we're going to be talking with KryptView, and yeah, without further ado, if you could please introduce yourselves and explain just a little bit what you're doing and what your company does or project does.
Of course. So first of all, thank you for having us here today. We're really happy to be able to discuss and exchange ideas with great communities, and Swissborg is definitely one of them. So just big thanks to for that, and thank you also to the Seer, who's our head of community, for scheduling and making sure that this happened. So what is KryptView? KryptView is a French based company. So we're a real company. We're incorporated and regulated in France. And basically what we are doing right now is that we have built a platform that allows anyone, any crypto fan, crypto aficionado, new entrant in crypto to post a fundamental analysis on a project in under 10 minutes and be rewarded for that. So basically, the research that is posted on the platform is then reviewed by other community members who are also rewarded. And all the data that is generated throughout this process is um, basically structured, stored on the platform, and made available to all users. And basically what this does is that on the platform, on KryptView's platform, you have access to all the projects that are covered on DeFi, and you have all the information that you can find on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, but not only. You will find information about the white paper, the team, the project, the competition, the tokenomics, and you have access to all of that information in a single website. And that single website basically allows you to do your research without navigating between 3, 4, 5, 6 websites. And all of that is accessible at all times for basically all the users of the platform. So that's in brief what KryptView is. We call it a research to earn platform, which is basically a mix between a Trustpilot, a Crunchbase, and a play to earn game, but to help people in their journey and in navigating the crypto space. Just maybe one question. I see one question on the chat from Danny, and basically that's an excellent question. How we got to the idea of launching of KryptView? Why did we launch it? So basically, KryptView was co-founded by Florent and I, and we're our background is mainly investment, both private and public, and we were working at a company called AXA, which is an insurance firm that manages quite a bit of money, 900 billion actually, and our job in that company was to look for startups, look for companies in which AXA would invest in, and we had a bunch of analytical frameworks to look at projects. And basically those frameworks, those fundamental analysis frameworks, we use them to kind of de-risk our investment. There's no such thing as guaranteed return, but what you can do when you invest, you tend to try to limit your risk and de-risk your investment. And basically, when we got into crypto, we realized that there was a lot of people losing money to non-serious projects or scams. And we've seen solutions that kind of help you de-risk your investment, just as technical audits, listing on exchanges, so on and so forth. But basically, for us, we wanted to create a platform that allows anyone to go through all the due diligence questions that you need to answer before considering buying a token or not, and making sure that you don't forget things. And basically, the audit is a data point. The fact that a token has a docs team is another data point. Listing on exchanges, centralized exchanges as well. But the platform relies on more or less 100 fundamental data points to kind of help people de-risk or better understand the tokens they're buying, while sharing those outputs with the community and being rewarded for that.
And so
that was
yeah.
the long answer. Sorry. Go ahead.
No problem. I had a question with just jumping on this. So right now we're seeing let's say at least most of the projects going down, most of the investments going down, and it really just generally isn't a good time. Um, is this good or bad for you, or both? Like,
So I would tend to say that this is good for us, but I mean, I don't like to use the word good, that the current context is good for us, or because a lot of people lost money, a lot of people got really wiped out in this market, and we're really sad. We're really sad to see that. However, we do think that when a market calms down, it's probably the best time to kind of take a step back, look at what is on the market, look at the project that actually have strong fundamentals, a real product vision, a real strategy, a real company, and that have more chances of surviving a cycle. Because when the market is very hyped up, it's very hard to differentiate between the hype and what is a real project with a real vision, a real tech team that is going to deliver on a given project, so on and so forth. And we've definitely seen that in the previous cycle, where you had a bunch of metaverse projects that made good products, but then since the hype was created around metaverse and NFT, you had a lot, probably for every project that has real vision, a real use case, you had probably 10, 20, 30 projects that were just pure hype and pure market. And basically, we think that when the market goes down, it's probably, there was this famous sentence that tells you, like, it's when the tide goes that you can see who's swimming naked. And I think that was Warren Buffett that said that. And I think that the bear market, or a market that is going down, is definitely a good time to look at what is good and what is not good fundamentally, and enter, if you think that the fundamentals that are good, at a discount. Because when everything goes down, everything is discounted. But then the game is kind of finding where are the projects that are actually discounted due to macro indicators and not intrinsic indicators. For instance, some people would tell you that right now the Bitcoin is discounted, Bitcoin is going to go up again, or I don't know, Sandbox. I mean, I'm just giving you examples of projects that you think they're going to be there in the next cycle. So we think that it's good to focus on fundamentals in this moment. However, of course, when the market goes down, it's harder to drive usage. It's harder to have a hyped project. But then on the other side, the people that you actually get on your projects are very engaged, very committed, and that's basically what happened during our first alpha phase, where we had like 100 users. It was a closed alpha, who posted 1,300 research in under a week, and covered, among them covered like over 3% of the whole market, which kind of
wow.
told us, let us know that we kind of realized that the platform had the potential to cover, a big chunk, if not all, of the market in a matter of months.
Wow, that's insane. So they
Yeah.
had, so you, before you were mentioning that you have like about 100 data points for each of the tokens, or each of the projects, or each of the investments assets, let's call them. So that
Mm-hmm.
means that your community, like with 100 people, uh, went on average on 13 projects each and evaluated all of those criteria everywhere.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we had 100 users with an average of 26 research per person,
Oh,
um,
okay.
which was yeah, very, 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 very good to see.
Are you
And
sure they are people and not robots?
so actually, you'll see it's very hard to bot the platform. But yes, we're sure, because we had then those 100 people sent us detailed feedback on what we could improve on the platform, and what we have to change, what they did like, what they did not like. Um, and all of that data, of course, is public, and you can access it. I think on our Medium, we kind of published a report on that. But that's what I meant. Like, I mean, when the market is down, the people that you're gonna have are people that are actually, really convinced of the value, the thing that you're creating, as opposed to people who are here are saying, oh, this is a great project, I'm going to buy it and make 2x or 3x or whatever.
It's a great opportunity to learn as well while you're doing
Mm-hmm.
all of this and really build your knowledge, because that's when the market is super calm, as you were mentioning, when the dust is settling, you you can really see more than when everything's moving in every direction and you can't really get to the key data that you need to evaluate a project. For example, you were mentioning Sandbox before. Sandbox is a project that didn't build that much and skyrocketed just because it
Yeah.
looked a bit like Minecraft, and it was
Mm-hmm.
really complicated to see how good of a project it really was before everything went back down. And this is when, at least for me, this is when I saw that Sandbox was really something great. It's just after all of the hype had left and all of the people who were assuming they were going to do times 3 and 4 and sometimes did actually left and went on to something else. That I saw the real people that understood what was behind it, managed to talk with them and actually figure out more than what we could see before. Yeah, and that's also something that made me go from Decentraland to Sandbox in my investing methods, because well, I managed to learn more when everything was calm. So I think it's cool that you guys also offer that opportunity to actually dig into projects and see what other people think of it as well, and offer a
Yeah.
platform that's able to bring all of that together and yeah, promote it and share to people. There's a question here. Yeah, how do you generate revenue to be able to incentivize people into publishing their research?
That is an excellent question. So basically, we rely on our utility token to do so. But again, when we say that, we have to be very, very careful, because you have a lot of projects out there that are going to, guarantee you an APY, or tell you, oh, we're going to airdrop you this and this and that. And the question that you really should ask yourself is where the value of the token is derived from. And basically, I've tried to share my screen, but I see that the option is deactivated. But I'm going to try to explain basically what are the fundamental mechanisms behind our token, and what kind of drives basically the value of the token up, to kind of compensate the inflation that is incurred after releasing more token in circulation. So basically, the way we built this whole thing was to say, okay, in order to have a, a platform on which people are going to post quality research, we need to kind of make it somehow closed, or at least set up some entry barriers to deter people who are there only to post a promotion or bots, as you said, things like that. So basically, what we first said was that any user who wants to access the platform needs to buy a certain amount of our utility token, which is the KVT, and lock it on the platform. What happens when you lock the KVT on the platform? The platform basically takes your token and mints for you what we call an anti-NFT, a non-transferable NFT. And here we make a use of an NFT that is purely technological and not really marketing. But basically, once you get that anti-NFT, it grants you access to the platform. When you're going to lock your tokens on the platform asks you, hey, are you here to try out KryptView for a month, for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, or a year? And depending on what period you choose to lock your tokens on and to mint that NFT, the amount of tokens you'll have to lock is going to decrease the longer you commit to the platform. So basically, this incentivizes people. Basically, the more people want to access the platform, either to earn tokens or to read the research that was posted on the platform, the more demand we'll have on the token, theoretically speaking. And on top of that, basically on the locked amount, there is a 5% tax. We do not have any taxes on the transactions, but we have a tax on the locked amount once you want to start using the platform. There is a 5% tax on that, and that tax is entirely sent back to the reward and staking pool to kind of compensate the decay. And then we have two other mechanisms that link basically the revenues that the platform generates. We have either a research bounty system in which, projects who want to have the, to attract the, to attract the attention of the community and get rated faster can create a research bounty on the platform. And that again has an impact on the price of the token through a buyback operation. Same for contribution. So basically, we have mechanisms that push that should push the value of the token up to compensate basically the inflation that is incurred when we release rewards on the in the market. You can find all the information around our tokenomics in the white paper, and that should be on page. So I think that was Andreas who asked the question, and Andreas, you can find all those informations on how the token is pushed, how the token is kind of linked to the usage of the platform, and how we pay the rewards on page 30, 31, and 32.
So about this research that people are doing, how technical must it be? Because people have a broad kind of understanding of crypto. So where do you target your audience? Is it for someone who are in the beginning of the crypto journey, or more something technical and investors?
I love that question, because basically when you're trying to build a community that is a platform that is community driven, you need to kind of ensure that you're leveling the playing field. And basically we tried to build something. I'm right now sharing the screen of the alpha. Bear with me. It's this is not the final UI. And basically, we tried to build a tool that we call the Research Wizard that allows you to post on the go a review of a project in under 10 minutes, and it guides you through the whole process of doing that. So let's say I have attended an AMA of Polygon, or I've just went through the white paper of Polygon, and I want to talk about the project. I can select one of these 6 fundamental pillars, and I can click on review the block. What is going to happen is that the platform is going to ask me a series of questions on which I'm going to have to answer. Do we have a clear white paper? Do we have a clear use case? What is the type of project? What is the product status? Is it really working? Is it a beta, alpha? What is the legal structure? Where is the legal structure localized? And depending on when I answer on something, the platform is going to ask me other real-time questions. Basically, where are the headquarters? What are the revenue streams of the company? So on and so forth. And every time I'm going to declare a variable here, the platform is going to score the project for me. And depending on what I say, my point is going to either appear on this area junk, weak, medium, or strong. But before it appears here, once I post my research, it needs to go through a community review where it appears here. And you see here all the, here are all the research that are going to be pending validation. And here are all the research that were actually validated by some members. So to come back on that, if we take the example of Sandbox, and to answer your question, the tool is built so that anyone could post a research, because every question lets you know where you can find the information. It gives you, precise types of answer, and it doesn't do a lot of pretext where there could be subjectivity and so on and so forth. And basically, then it looks like this, where you have the opinion of someone, and all the data points that they generated. So for instance, Sandbox is kind of a first mover. Is it easy to replicate? Not so easy. Is it easy for customers to switch? Not so easy because of the assets, so on and so forth. So you can see the research at a single user level, but also at the overall user level. And you can see here for Sandbox, what is interesting is that the project is very strong, as you said. The team and advisors are also very strong. The traction and community is very strong. But here you can see that the consensus of the community, basically where the gray points are spread out, is not so clear on two fundamental pillars, which are ecosystem and competition, and social and environmental responsibility. And this is the beauty of that, because when you try to interpret these results, well, social and environmental responsibility is pretty easy. Sandbox is currently using a proof of work underlying technology, basically the algorithm of Ethereum, which is very heavy on computing power and therefore on energy consumption, and then it depends on your energy mix. And so basically that's why there was not such a clear consensus. And same for ecosystem and competition, where over the past month, everyone who entered crypto wanted to launch a metaverse project, so it became very competitive. And this is basically how the platform features the result and kind of prevents chilling by not leaving a lot of space to free text and opinions, basically, but rather on the declaration of very precise and limited variables.
Lots of data and everything. I really love the way you are presenting this.
I
Thank
was
you so much.
expecting more.
I hope you that answers your question. And then to close, maybe on the data points. So this has not been formatted here, but it's going to come on the next UI. I'll be able to give you maybe a sneak peek on that, because Celine told me that you were really great. So we'll try to give you some alpha and some announcements. But basically here, if you click on project, you can see that the platform sources data points on which there is a clear consensus. So basically for Sandbox, the incorporation country or location is Hong Kong, and 60% of the community thinks that. There is a fully working product. There is a fully working product, and 87%, the consensus was 87% of people saying that there is a fully working product. Same for the team vision, so on and so forth. And what this will allow us to do is that out of the 19,000 tokens, you'll be able to fill, let's say tomorrow, Danny or Benji or whatever, or whoever, sorry, you wake up, you say, I want to invest in a metaverse that is incorporated in Europe with a team docs and has a market cap of under 10 million, then KryptView is going to allow you to do that based on 100 data points that are collected throughout the researches that are posted on this platform. And this filtering feature and this navigation feature in the market, I think is very interesting, and it doesn't really exist today.
Yeah, it looks amazing. At least that's for sure. The visuals are clean. The website is clean. All of the graphs are really easy to understand. I think maybe I'm not sure if it would be intuitive that all of the points are different people's opinion on the little scatter plot. Not sure it's a scatter plot, but it's a grid. Yeah.
We call it the spider chart.
The spider. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I remember the spider. Yeah. So that would be the only thing, I think. Junk.
That's more for geeky people.
Yeah, it's a bit more geeky. Junk is a little violent as well.
Yeah.
So junk it came from as I told you before, we come from finance, and junk is actually one of the rating notches of large rating agencies. Generally you'll hear about like junk bonds or junk assets. It's basically extremely risky, and everything is very risky in crypto, but these are particularly risky. For instance, if I go to validated, and these are data points that are really generated automatically, but if I go and look at let me look for a junk maybe that was posted, you can see here that we have a lot of research that was posted. Let me go maybe here, last research, and then I am going to filter out by, sorry, developers are working on it, so it's a bit slow. So here, the junk guys are typically here. You see how the platform automatically spots these guys
You
and
can
puts
make
them
a
at the end.
you could make an ETF with them.
Yeah, the junk ETF, and basically this has a lot of value because someone might enter the market when it's hype and see the floof trading absolute, like, let's say, I don't think that we have a trading view on this one, but let's say you enter here and you see floof, then, I see a lot of people saying, oh my God, I did 10x on floof. And if you see that it's junk too, take your money and run. At least it gives like kind of an appreciation of how you should be looking at project.
I did
Awesome.
have one question that's hopefully going to lead to a easy answer, but is there any way for people to be able to try it out or participate in all of this that you just showed us?
All right. So that is actually an excellent question. So
Yes,
here, if
thank
I
you.
click on sign out, you can see that you have this website here, alpha.KryptView.com. If you click on this link, you'll be able to register on the platform, and you can see here that we have another alpha phase that is going to open up in 10 days, 23 hours, and 48 minutes. You have a video that explains briefly what the platform does here, and basically you have to create your account, your password, and once you create your account and put your password in, let me do that with you. It will ask you to validate your email. Sorry, here I already have an account, so I'm just going to connect, and it's going to tell you that you're all set. Sorry, before that, you're going to have to validate your email. Please check your spam box. But basically, once your account is validated, you're all set. And as soon as the alpha is going to open up in 10 days, you'll be able to test out the platform, read all the data that was posted, post as well. Of course, the reward system in token is not yet on because our token is not launched. However, we try to make it attractive to you guys in terms of reward. So there is a 15,000 airdrop worth of KVTs on basically for the best contributors, and on part of it is also a random draw. There are whitelist spots. I just noticed that here it's waitlist. This year we need to fix this. There is
It's in prod. It's in prod. It's
It's
getting
a
Okay.
feature. It's a feature.
So basically, the top 10 NFTs, the top 10 contributors get basically a lifetime access to the platform through an NFT that we mint them and give them. And basically, the reward pool increases the more we increase the number of users that actually sign in for the alpha, sign up for the alpha. So that's why, we would really appreciate it that as soon as you registered, you can just click on this link and it will have you tweet that you registered to the alpha, or you can simply hit out your friends and say, hey, you can try this out.
You're putting a bit of pressure on me with 10 days and 23 hours. This means by the time most people will be seeing this, you'll probably only have 2 or 3 days left. And that's only if I'm efficient. If I'm not efficient, it will be already over. But I'll try to make it happen. But yeah.
So, Benji, so the 10 days here, it's the time for you to register.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
this is only saying that the platform will launch in 10 days, and then once it launches, we still have the platform the alpha is gonna run from the 27th to the 8th of June, but you're gonna be able to register, even when it's launched. We just put this because some people are highly competitive and they want to compete for the higher ends here, and we
Okay.
wanted to give kind of a fair start for everyone.
Nice. Okay, so a bit less of a stress. So for you guys on YouTube, the timeline isn't too important. So if you see this posted on the 25th, then it's not too bad.
Dang, a trip to
No,
Paris.
definitely not.
Nice.
Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, cool. I think we've been around most of what we wanted to go over. If anyone has any questions, you can definitely throw them in the SB Coffee text chat, or unlock your mic and ask. Oh yeah, there is one here. Is there a planned cooperation with Swissborg, and if so, how about even a token cooperation, like using CHSB for access to the platform? I think I can answer that. As of right now, there is no planned cooperation with Swissborg. I think we can, however, try and make some sort of movement to get CHSB on the to get the info of CHSB on the platform. I think this could be cool.
Yeah, of course. I need to check with the tech teams on that, but yeah, of course, yeah, sure.
Well, it was a top
me-
100 token, maybe even is right now, so I'd be very sad if it's impossible.
No, of course. Let me just check something.
No, for sure, no worries.
Just press the button and list it.
Just list it. No, so
Live.
yeah. So
So,
yeah, I think that could be cool.
Maybe, sorry, just to basically be a little bit clearer. Right now, we're kind of crawling all the tokens that are listed on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. But what we're gonna introduce very, very, very soon, and what we think is, it's kind of interesting to have. We're gonna introduce a feature where the community actually chooses the tokens they wanna list on the platform. And actually, sorry, I'm talking about, like, I'm saying something, and as I'm saying it, I just typed I just
Yeah.
Swissborg on the platform. It's already listed, and it was rated by 4 people as being very strong on the
Not enough,
project side.
not
Very
enough.
strong.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Social and corporate responsibility? Oh, ouch, that hurts.
So basically, the questions that are on social and environmental responsibility are kind of interesting. This is where you rated medium 1 and medium 1, but basically these are gonna be questions of what is the main blockchain
Okay.
you're operating on, and depending on the blockchain you're operating on, there is either a bonus or a discount if
Okay,
it's
so
a
ERC
brown.
20 hertz here.
User
but
privacy.
after the merge, it will be okay.
This gender equality, the proportion of women in the docs team.
We're good on this.
The UN SDGs, and there are a bunch of other questions depending on what I answer. So depending, of course, this has been like 4 ratings, but you see that with 100 users, we already, we touched you already. So
yeah, that's for sure. That's pretty cool, actually.
And yeah.
And ecosystem and competition. I guess this is going to change relatively soon when we're seeing how competition is. We wish them all the best.
Surviving.
but I'm guessing this was done a few weeks ago, maybe a month.
So no, this was done a month and a half ago.
Yeah, that might.
So I think it's probably, yeah.
I think, yeah. Well, that's cool. It's cool to see. So, well, we can probably help out with a few of those tokens. I know that our community is really strong on ERC20 tokens. I know that we're quite strong on Avalanche, Cardano, and Cosmos as well. So definitely something to do. And I know there are a few Polkadot fans around here, so could be cool to hop on and help out at least as a first trial. And so definitely, yeah. Subscribe to the, how do you call it, the wit list?
The wit list. It's a new concept.
Yeah.
Which is an alpha and a white list at the same time.
Also, just a thing. Do you have a dark mode?
Oh, do we have a dark mode?
Oh yeah! Wow.
I'm sorry. So let me give you some alpha on this. So this is basically the alpha version of the platform, and we're gonna release a beta version of the platform closer to the ICO. So that's gonna be in September, and that will come with something else that I'm gonna show you here, because you were kind enough to welcome us, and we're working basically on what will be the release UI, and this has been showed to no one. So we're pretty happy to show that to you. It wasn't planned, so probably Celine is gonna kill me after this, but I'm just gonna do it either way.
Yep, sure. How does he know?
We'll remind. We'll.
So, we can hide you.
Here you can see, yeah. So here you can see what the final UI will look like. It's of course will have a dark mode, basically with all the chart, the trading view chart, the overall rate, all the data details, the analysts, the new spider chart, the trending tokens, and all the data points as well. I'm just going to show you a page, but basically this is what we're working on, but we kind of wanted to take our time on this final UI that would be basically the release one, the
Wow.
1.0 release.
You've
And
been working on
also
this
it
for
has
some
a dark
time.
mode.
Yeah, yeah. You've been working on this for some time, looking at the pancake price.
Yeah.
This would
Yeah,
be nice.
if this is again the price, I'll probably take extended holidays, but
Yeah.
so
Wow.
yeah, basically that's the overall new UI with a lot of other pages, so on and so forth. So just to show you that we're not sleeping, even if the markets are as bad as they are today, but you still need to keep on moving and keep on delivering because that's how you can build a lasting community. But you guys know better, of course.
I don't know if we know better. I think I can definitely back up what you're saying and say that yeah, for sure, it's super important. Yeah, and with that said, is there anything that you want to talk about or communicate or say to people who are listening right now and who are listening later when I've edited everything?
I mean, we're so first of all, like again, thank you for coming. It's probably like 8:30 in Central Europe. Um, Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for having us here. If you jump on Discord, we're always here. We're always answering. We're a pretty serious project. We've been working on this for quite some time, and we're really trying to deliver a solution that is going to help everyone, as opposed to just selling you the thousands or tenth NFT of a cat or a panda. And we're serious. We're still here. The alpha will take place in 10 days. Register, talk about it. We'd love also to just have you on the Discord, take your feedback, and yeah, just like happy to see you on the alpha, and also happy to discuss and work on any potential collaboration with Swissborg.
Amazing. Yeah. So definitely thank you for joining. It was a really great talk. I think it's super important to highlight at the moment that it's vital to learn more when we're in a either downtrend, actually even an uptrend. It's super important to
Yeah.
learn more about your investments all the time. But let's say even more so now, and it's getting more and more relevant every day. So as we've seen, the projects these last few weeks unfortunately haven't always gone well. Some people have had expectations that were unrealistic for some of their investments. Some platforms have been, let's say, over leveraging some positions to get higher yields, and people did raise expectations for them too, which can raise pressure. There are a lot of things that we can learn everywhere, every day, and I think it's super important to highlight this. And this project is definitely one that I wanted to just show you guys because, well, it's an amazing tool to be able to do this. Just like last week when no, 2 weeks ago when we had Green Crypto Research, these guys are also ranking tokens depending on their ESG ratings. Little reminder that was really cool as well. So definitely it's important to settle down, even if we're at a loss right now, which I'm guessing most of us are. It's just a wild guess I'm throwing out there. I'm guessing most of us are. It's super important to take this as a lesson, and so that in the next bull run we'll be the ones on top because we'll know better. And yeah, so definitely thank you for joining in. It was amazingly insightful, and I really hope to see your platform thrive and you guys back here one day. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You guys have a great day. Bye bye.
Bye. Thanks.